What is an ARC team and why should you care? I'm going to tell you coming up. Hey guys and gals, boys and girls, authors and author wannabes. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Your old buddy Tim back again dispensing with wisdom and advice on the topic of writing, editing, marketing, selling, anything to do with books. And what we do on this program, and when I say we, I mean me, it's just me and the dogs, is I answer questions submitted by readers or viewers in the comments below or the Facebook groups. And if I use your question, you get a free digital copy of one of my books. Hey, before I let you get away though, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We're growing quickly. I'm putting out as much content as I can. Got some great one-on-one interviews coming up for you as well with some New York Times bestsellers. So subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified. And also give me a like. It always warms my heart when I see a thumbs up, unless it is my proctologist. So question today comes from Lana. Lana says, Tim, what is an ARC team and why should I care? I love Lana. She's always sending me questions and like, so what? Whatever. Great question though, Lana. And because I used this question, I'm going to send you a free digital copy of one of my books, either Angel of Mercy or Sins of the Father. So what is an ARC team? I'm not talking about an ark like you build an ark because it's a flood coming. I'm talking about ARC, A-R-C. That is Advanced Reader Copy Team. Now, what an ARC team is a group of individuals who will read your books before they go up for sale and give you constructive criticism and feedback and suggestions on how the books can be made better. Now, if you're like most writers and authors, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear from a group of people how you should have done this or you should have done that. But let me tell you from experience, ARC teams can make your books 1,000 times better because they are, number one, typically familiar with the genre in which you write. Number two, they probably read a lot of these books, more than you do probably. And number three, they know what they like. And typically what they like, others in that reader demographic will like. Okay, so let's talk about why you should have an ARC team, how to go about putting one together, and how to use them. Number one, as I just said, the reason you want an ARC team is you want someone who is familiar with your kind of book to give you feedback. Now, if you're writing romances, you want people in your ARC team to be really heavy readers of romance. You don't want to have a romance reader criticize your sci-fi novel because that's not the genre that they like. They're not going to enjoy reading it. They're going to be critical of everything. So what you want is someone, let's take romance as an example, and you can probably hear Chris, my yard guy, is here cutting in between the rain, so you'll just have to bear with me if you can hear the lawnmower. But let's say that you write romance novels. What you want to do is have someone read that novel before you actually put it up for sale. Again, just to make sure that the story is as good as it can be. The characters are as strong as they can be. The story arc is making sense. You didn't miss something. You know, you don't have something going on in chapter 1 and then something completely different in chapter 3. They're there as a second set of eyes. Now, let me say this. I've had ARC team members who, well-intentioned, who are really overly critical. And this is one thing that you're going to have to be careful with, Alana. You want them to read the book and give you constructive feedback or point out errors. You're not giving it to them to proof. They're not going to make a list of typos, even though by the time your book gets to an ARC team, it ought to be pretty free of typos. You don't want to send your book to an ARC team until it's been through a full edit. You want to send your book to the ARC team right before you're going to pull the trigger to put it on sale. The book needs to be complete. It needs to be thoroughly proofed. It needs to be thoroughly edited, because the worst thing that can happen is you send a book to an ARC team and they send you back, hey, here's a typo here, here's a misspelling. That's not what you want them for. They are there to do a quality assessment of the book, the readability, the story, the characters. So that's why you use an ARC team. Also, your ARC team will be instrumental in leaving reviews for you when the book goes up. And we talked about reviews in other videos. One of the ways that your book climbs the ladder on Amazon and other platforms is by positive reviews. And your ARC team, those ladies or those men who read those books, are the ones that you are going to ask later to go over and give you a review. So that's why you need an ARC team. It is a second set of eyes. It's someone to come in behind you and make sure the book is as strong as it can be. How do you put together an ARC team? Well, you basically want to identify folks who read heavily in your genre. Again, let's use romance as an example here. Typically, the readers of romance are women, 25 to 55, 65. Those are the ladies you want in your ARC team. Now, you might have girlfriends who fit that bill, and that's all well and good, but I have to tell you, you need to be wary of any feedback you get from family or friends, because typically they're going to be nice. Unless they're not, and then they're not really your friend. But, they're typically going to say, oh, this is really good. Because they don't want to hurt your feelings. This is one thing that you have to make sure you get from your ARC team, Lana, is honesty. You don't want overly critical comments. You want honesty. You want helpful, constructive criticism. So think about who you know that may be a heavy reader of romance. And if they are, you can ask them politely, hey, would you be a member of my ARC team? If I send you my book in Word format or PDF, whatever, will you read it and will you give me constructive feedback? Now, here's one thing to remember. You need them to read it relatively quickly. Okay, if you're sending your book to an ARC team, typically 2 weeks is about all the time you need. You're not sending this to somebody to peruse for 6 freaking months. You need them to get on it, read it, and get the comments back to you so you can make edits or whatever you have to do to get the book sold. And typically the people who are in ARC teams read like mothers. I mean, they read quickly, so it's usually not a big deal. So you can promote friends and family. You can also get onto the various forums. You can get on social media. You can post on your author page that you have set up to market your book. Again, that's another video. And just say, I am assembling a core ARC team for my romance books. If you would like to join the team, please drop me a message. Now, Lana, here's the thing. You don't let every dog in the hunt. Just because someone wants to be on your ARC team, a lot of people are just looking for free books. You want to ask them a few questions. You want to interview them a little bit. You want to say, okay, I write in the romance genre. Who are your favorite authors in that genre? What are your favorite books? If they can't give you a favorite author or a favorite book, they are not a good addition to your ARC team. Okay, you want someone who goes, oh my God, I love Mary Higgins Clark, and my favorite book was this, and I just did that. You want them to be passionate about the genre. Again, most of these ladies or men are not writers, but they're readers. They read enough of this stuff to know what works. They know what they like, and those are the folks you want. Again, a great ARC team can make your book 1,000 times better. So you can promote them in the forums. You can promote them on social media. You can promote them on your website. You want to get a good core ARC team, maybe 20 readers. The more the merrier. You don't need too many because then it becomes unruly. So what you do is once you have them recruited and you have them assembled, you just tell them what you expect. I'm going to be sending you a book. It's 200 pages. It's a Scottish Highland romance, and I want your honest opinion. I want your feedback. And if you find any errors, not typos, but errors in logic or time or whatever like that, please let me know. Now, let me get a drink of coffee. Lana? Once you've sent your book to the ARC team and they return their comments to you, you need to go through those comments line by line and take them to heart. If they're crazy stuff, like I thought Bobby should have blonde hair, but if they say, well, in chapter 1, Bobby was smoking a cigarette. In chapter 5, he was no longer a smoker. Or in chapter 3, Bobby had blue eyes, and in chapter 6, he had green eyes. Or this character actually was named this here and was named that there. Again, they're not there to help you edit. They're there to help you catch boo-boos and to make things a lot better. They may come back and say, the sex scenes in this book just weren't hot enough. Or they may come back and go, this is bordering on pornography or whatever. Or, you did not spend enough time building the relationship between Adam and Eve before they jumped into bed. Those are the kind of comments you want back because, again, as writers, sometimes we get too close to the forest to see the trees, meaning we get too close to our own work. So once you get the comments back from the ARC team, take them to heart, figure out which ones are valid, which ones are not, and then edit, make changes, and get it like you want it. Now, it's up to you if you send the book back to the ARC team for a second pass. A lot of ARC readers, they're reading a lot of books and they're really not interested, but you should at least make sure you go back through it yourself, have your editor give it another pass, and you can offer it to the ARC team. This is one thing you should do. Once the book is all done, it's been to ARC team, you've got the comments, you've incorporated, you send everyone on the ARC team the finished copy of the book. And you simply say something like this: thank you so much for being on my ARC team. Your comments are invaluable to me. Here is a finished copy of my book. Don't forget, the book will go on sale Friday at noon on Amazon. It would be great if you could go on Amazon and just leave a review. Now, Amazon has all kinds of wonky rules about, people who leave reviews, whether they have to admit whether or not they got a free copy of this or not. Again, it just depends. It varies. I always like to tell my ARC team, look, just say, I received an advanced promotional copy of this book. I have read it, and here is my honest review. Do not expect everyone on your ARC team to give you 4 and 5 stars because they are going to be honest, whatever they think. After a while, you're going to figure out who the core members of your ARC team are, and you're going to come to rely on them more, and they're the ones that are really going to be the most helpful and give you the best reviews. So that's it. Basically, Lana, an ARC team is a group, a demographic group of readers who read what you write. If you're a romance writer, you want romance readers in your ARC team. If you're doing sci-fi, you want sci-fi readers in your ARC team. If you're doing westerns, etc., etc. So start putting together your ARC team today. It's never too early. Your book may not be finished for months, but you can go ahead and start building your ARC team today. So when you do get to that point, you have someone to send the book to, and hopefully we'll get some great comments and some great help and assistance, and hopefully great reviews. So, Lana, I hope that was helpful. An ARC team, advanced reader copy team, people who read your book in advance of publication and give you feedback and constructive criticism. All right, Lana, I hope that was helpful. Thanks for asking the question. Just because you did, you are going to get a copy of one of my books, either Angel of Mercy or Sins of the Father. And if you would like to receive a free copy as well, drop me a question or a comment below. And if I use your question or comment on the program, you will get a free digital ebook. And those ebooks went through ARC teams and they made them that much better. All right. Hey, I hope that was helpful, Lana. Get out there, go write something, start putting your ARC team together, and they will make sure you become a better writer. Okay? I'll see you soon.